I was standing on a narrow street in a foreign city, clutching my worn suitcase. The sea wind slapped my face, and the last 20 euros jingled in my pocket. Yesterday, I lived with a man who swore he loved me. Today, he said, "Pack your things. Leave." My name is Emily Parker. I'm 23. All my life, I'd been the quiet, obedient girl. Straight A's, no parties, never causing my parents trouble. I lived by the rules they wrote for me. After school, I went to the university they chose. I dreamed of another city, but I stayed silent. I studied, worked in coffee shops, then landed an office job. I made my first real friends, but life still felt flat. One day, a colleague invited me to her birthday party at a bar. I had already typed "sorry, I can't make it," but deleted the message and decided to go. That's where I met Luca, tall, tanned, with that warm Italian smile that makes you forget your own name. He spoke with his hands. His eyes lit up when he laughed. And when he told stories, the whole table listened. We talked for hours. I laughed so much that my cheeks hurt. At the end of the night, he asked me to come over. I'd never said yes to that before, but I went. The next morning, my parents exploded when they found out. I listened, but all I could think about was his voice, his warmth. We kept meeting. A week later, he said, "In 2 weeks, I'm flying home to Italy. Come with me." We had known each other for 7 days. I said yes. My parents begged me to stay. My best friend cried when I told her I was leaving, but I packed my suitcase anyway. Italy was like a dream at first. Narrow streets, laundry hanging from balconies, the smell of coffee drifting from tiny cafes. Mornings began with fresh bread from the bakery downstairs. Nights ended with us drinking wine under strings of lights. He showed me the sea, the markets, his favorite childhood spots. I thought, this is it, real life. But slowly, the fairy tale started to fade. At first, it was small. He'd sigh when I mispronounced a word in Italian. He'd correct me sharply when I didn't understand something at the grocery store. One evening in the kitchen, it boiled over. "You don't even know how to salt pasta water," he snapped. "I'm trying. I moved here for you." I whispered, "No one asked you to." His voice cut like glass. I froze, staring at the man who once made me feel safe. The weeks that followed were heavier. He came home later, his phone always face down. Once, during dinner with his friends, he laughed at me for not knowing a local custom. Everyone laughed with him. I smiled, but inside, I felt something crack. One night, I woke up to find him on the balcony, whispering in Italian to someone on the phone. When I asked who it was, he didn't even look at me. "A friend, not your business." A week later, he tossed my suitcase onto the bed without a word. "Leave today." I wanted to ask why, but he was already in the kitchen, scrolling on his phone as if I didn't exist. That's how I ended up on the street in a foreign country with no friends, no home, and no ticket back. I stood by the sea, thinking I couldn't breathe. For the first few days, I stayed in a tiny hostel with peeling wallpaper and the smell of damp. I counted coins, stretched a single bread roll over 2 days. I avoided calls from my parents, afraid they'd say, "We told you so." Some nights, I'd wander the streets just to feel less alone. I'd pass couples laughing at cafe tables and wonder if I'd ever feel that safe with someone again. Now, looking back, I keep asking myself, did I do the right thing? I lost a lot, but maybe I gained something more, the understanding that real love doesn't rush, and it never demands sacrifices that break you. If someone is truly yours, they'll wait. If they're not, no sacrifice will change that. I'm no longer the quiet girl who always chooses the safe path, but I've learned to look before I jump, even if the sea is calling.